Good day. Hi, I'm Yvonne Shinhoster Lamb, the president of the Earl Shinhoster Youth Leadership Institute. And I'm here today with Miss Valeria Cray, the author of Sample Your Words, See How They Taste, a children's book. It's a lesson in thinking before you speak. Now, this is a children's book, but it's also great for adults too, right? Now, Miss Cray is is a resident of Macon, Georgia, where she retired as the former director of federal programs for Bibb County. She has now turned to writing and quilting, beautiful quilter, and so this book is her. You have a book of poetry, but this is your first children's book, correct?
Children's book.
So, can you tell us the inspiration for this book?
The inspiration is a tribute to my grandmother. I grew up in Baxley, Georgia, which is a small town, and my grandmother lived with us. And she had some medical issues which made her left side of her body weak. So as a child, I spent a lot of time in the kitchen with her because she liked to cook. And my task was put the pot on the stove, fill this pot with water. And during that time, we had a lot of discussions and a lot of lessons. And one of the lessons was thinking before you speak, because I could just say whatever came. And as I reflect on a lot of the things that she told me, for example, don't borrow trouble, just stand still in this minute. Mm-hmm. I listen to that, I hear that now when she was saying it sounded like a riddle to me. But now things like that make sense. So as a tribute to her, I wrote this book, Sample Your Words and See How They Taste. It's a grandmother talking to her granddaughter. It's Grandma Grace is the main character, and her granddaughter is Natalie. So that's how the book came about.
So when you wrote the book, what ages did you have in mind for this particular book?
Elementary age, because I started out my career as an elementary school teacher, and I saw very quickly that this lesson was not being taught. Yeah. So in retirement, I thought I could put this together, and along with the book, I've developed a discussion guide for parents to help them to use this book over and over to drive home the lesson. It's important that you think before you speak.
And also, just before I have you read a selection from the book, who illustrated the book? The illustrations are very nice. Who illustrated the book?
My great nieces illustrated, Sabbath and Sojourner Kennedy. Sabbath is currently a freshman at Spelman, and Sojourner is a senior in high school in Henry County, Georgia.
So this is a generational book. It's a family book.
Yeah.
It's all of those things work together. So if you have a favorite section in here, if you wouldn't mind reading us a selection.
I would say my favorite section is the first part,
Okay.
where Natalie is just babbling on. And she's asking Grandma Grace questions, and Grandma Grace always pauses before she answers. Mm-hmm. And it kind of in frustration is, Grandma Grace, when I ask you a question, why do you take so long to answer? Mm-hmm. And Grandma Grace responds, well, I do my words like I do my cooking. Mm-hmm. I gather up my words, I mix them together, then I sample them to see how they taste. Mm-hmm. I ask, do they tickle my tongue or do they burn my face? Mm. Will they linger sweet like chocolate cake or grip and hurt like an old toothache? Mm. Are they refreshing like a lemonade shower or strong and bitter like old cauliflower? Okay, those are just the parallels between the taste of words and the taste of food.
I love that. I love the way, because when I first read the book, I just love the flow of it. I loved how you use those images with, you could taste, you know what chocolate cake tastes like. And, you don't even have to put cauliflower in your mouth to know what that tastes like. So, yeah, and then the burning of the face, very, just the sensory pieces of the book. Now, you were writing before this? Because, I know you did poetry, and that came into play here as well.
Writing has always been my therapy. And so even as a young child, I wrote. But it wasn't until a few years ago that the catalyst for publication was my daughter. When I was moving, she found a box full of my writings, and she went through them. And her comment to me is, if you die and have not done something with this, I'm going to be really mad. So that is how I started with the poetry book. And the affirmation for me with the poetry book was, I won an award for a poem called Mother of My Mothers. And that was a poem when I was trying to find information for my mother's 90th birthday. I ran into a dead end. So to kind of resolve that, I wrote the poem Mother of My Mothers. And then a lady read it and submitted it, and to my surprise, it won an award.
Oh, that's great. Somebody you did not know?
I knew the lady,
okay.
Yeah, but I didn't know her well.
Okay, oh, that's
Yeah.
wonderful.
Yes.
And you can see, like I said, some of the poetic flow in this book. That's why I like it. Would you do one more reading and then?
Okay. I'll read the last page. It says, sample your words and see how they taste. Do they tickle your tongue or do they burn your face? Will they linger sweet like chocolate cake or grip and hurt like an old toothache? Are they refreshing like a lemonade shower, or are they strong and bitter like old cauliflower? Words can bruise and words can burn, or words can heal and show concern. Sample your words and see how they taste.
A message for children and adults, right?
Right.
So what do you hope they will take from when a parent reads this book to a child or to themselves? What do you hope they will take from this book?
That you can actually teach children how to practice sampling your words. Grandma Grace gives some very practical things that adults can tell their children. For example, she says, there's another way to check the words we say. Imagine the words you said to Bentley came back to you. Same volume, same tone, same gestures too. Are they caring? Are they kind? Are they true? So just to self-check, are your words caring? Are they kind? Are they true? Suppose those words you said came back to you.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.